We started a series about who is man, where talks about the creation of man, that God created man in his image and in his likeness. And I stress the fact that image and likeness has to do with the nature of God, the DNA of God, the essence of God, the character of God, which are righteousness and holiness. And now which talks about that man is the spirit being, God's being. We are sons of God because we have the spirit in us. Then we are kings and priests. And lastly, it talks about that man is an ambassador, a representative of God here on earth. And I said that Genesis chapter 1 and Genesis chapter 2 picture a perfect man in a perfect world, while Genesis chapter 3 picture the narratives of the fall of man. And today we'll be talking about the fall of man. The narrative in Genesis chapter 3 make us to see that how sin adverts into the human race. But it doesn't tell us or narrate how sin came into the world. Now, Genesis chapter 1 verse 1 says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, which I think and believe this is the summary of creation. And if we go to Isaiah chapter 14 verse 12, the fall of Lucifer, which has to do with the first sin that occurred in the Bible is that of the Lucifer and the Most High God. While the sin of Adam has to do with the first sin pertaining to the human race. So I want us to check Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. He stated clearly how sin came into the world, while the narrative of Genesis chapter 3 stated clearly how sin adverts came into the human race. And I said Isaiah 14 gave us the picture of the first sin that occur in heaven, which I may probably call the original sin in heaven, that occur in heaven. So verse 12 says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?" So we know from the scripture that God has created the heaven and the earth. God has created man. Man was dominating on the earth, God was dominating in heaven. And among what God created in heaven, we found Lucifer. But Lucifer, having his own mind, his own will, his own craving too, son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which dost weaken the nation. So Lucifer was cut down from heaven to the ground to the earth. And for this reason, he begins to use it as avenue to weaken the nations. Verse 13, "For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mounts of the congregation in the sight of the north. I will ascend above all the heights of the cloud. I will be like the Most High." So the sin of Lucifer here was that he wanted to be like God. The creature wanted to become the creator. Self-will. I said the creation, the creation wanted to become a creator, and it is impossible. There are so many controversies in this verse of the Bible that I've read from verse 12 to 14. But I don't want us to go into those controversy, into those school of thought. I just want us to have a picture of what I'm trying to pass on to us, that this is where the first sin happened. The first sin occurred in heaven. And Lucifer was cut down, was cast to the earth. So which implied that sin was cut down to the earth. Some say it is the sin of pride. But I see self-will here, self-motivated. I see dissatisfaction here.